This is Chapter 6, Health and Wellness. This chapter discusses the relationship among the concepts of health, weakness, wellness, and illness. Different attitudes cause people to react in different ways to illness or the illness of a family member. This reaction is illness behavior. Nurses who understand how patients react to illness can minimize the effects of illness and help patients and their families maintain or return to their highest level of functioning. Every decade, the Healthy People Initiative develops a new set of science-based 10-year national objectives with the goal of improving the health of all Americans. The Healthy People Initiative is grounded in the principle that setting national objectives and monitoring progress can motivate action. The initiative began in 1979 when Surgeon General Julius Richmond issued a landmark report entitled Healthy People, the Surgeon General's Report on Health Promotion and Disease Prevention. This report focused on reducing preventable death and injury. Achievements include major causes of death, such as heart disease and cancer, reducing infant and maternal mortality, reducing risk factors like tobacco smoking, hypertension, and elevated cholesterol, and increasing childhood vaccinations. Healthy People sets measurable objectives, recommends interventions, and monitors and periodically reports on objectives. So how do you see your role as a nurse in achieving these goals? You might say longer lives free of preventable disease and injury. Individual views of health vary among age groups, genders, races, and cultures. To help patients identify and reach health goals, nurses discover and use information about their concepts of health. Health and illness exist on a continuum with no distinct boundary between health and illness. Models are used to understand the relationships between the concepts of health and illness and the patient's attitudes toward health and health behaviors. The health belief model addresses the relationship between a person's beliefs and behaviors. This model has three components: an individual's perception of susceptibility to an illness, an individual's perception of the seriousness of the illness, and the likelihood that a person will take preventative action. It focuses on the perceived threat of a disease and the net benefits of preventative action. Health beliefs are a person's ideas, convictions, and attitudes about health and illness. They may be based on factual information or misinformation, common sense or myths, or reality or false expectations. Because health beliefs usually influence health behavior, they can positively or negatively affect a patient's level of health. The health promotion model suggested by Pender is directed at increasing a patient's level of well-being. Health-promoting behaviors result in improved health, enhanced functionability, and better quality of life at all stages of development. The HBM is a health protective model, whereas the HPM is focused more on achievement of higher levels of well-being and self-actualization. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a model that nurses use to understand the relationships of basic human needs. According to this model, certain human needs are more basic than others. As a result, certain needs must be met before others, such as fulfilling the physiological needs before the needs of love and belonging. The holistic model is also known as complementary of alternative medicine. In the holistic health model, patients are involved in their healing process, thereby assuming some responsibility for health maintenance. Nurses use holistic therapies either alone or in conjunction with conventional medicine. Variables influence how a person thinks and acts. Understanding the effects of these variables allows you to plan and deliver individualized nursing care. Health beliefs can negatively or positively influence health behavior or health practices. Internal variables include a person's developmental stage, intellectual background, perception of functioning, and emotional and spiritual factors. Intellectual background includes a person's knowledge of, or even lack of knowledge about illnesses. Their educational background and past experiences all play a role. When you assess a patient's level of health, gather subjective data about the way the person or the patient perceives physical functioning, such as level of fatigue, shortness of breath, or pain. Then obtain objective data about actual functioning, such as blood pressure, height measurements, and lung sound assessment. The manner in which a person handles stress throughout each phase of life influences the way he or she reacts to illness. A person who generally is very calm may have little emotional response during the illness, whereas another individual may be unable to cope emotionally with the threat of illness and may overreact or deny the presence of symptoms and not take therapeutic action. Spirituality is reflected in how a person lives his or her life, including the values and beliefs exercised, the relationships established with family and friends, and the ability to find hope and meaning in life. Religious practices are one way that people exercise spirituality. Some religions restrict the use of certain forms of medical treatment. Family practices can be passed down. If you had immunizations and regular dental and eye exams as a child, chances are you will continue to do so in your adult years. Socioeconomic factors can have a great influence on a person's ability to make hard choices about health care. A person with a low income tends to give a higher priority to food and shelter than to costly drugs or preventative care. Cultural background influences beliefs, values, and customs. It influences the approach to the healthcare systems, personal health practices, and the nurse-patient relationship. Cultural background also influences an individual's beliefs about causes of illness and remedies or practices to restore health. Nursing incorporates health promotion activities, wellness education, and illness prevention activities rather than simply treating illness. Health promotion activities help maintain or enhance health. Wellness education teaches patients how to care for themselves. Illness prevention activities protect against health threats and thus maintain an optimal level of health. The goal of Total Health Program is to improve a patient's level of well-being in all dimensions, not just their physical health. Improvement in health usually involves a change in health behaviors. Some attempts to change are aimed at the stopping of health-damaging behavior or the adoption of a healthy behavior. The trans-theoretical model of change focuses on the stages of health behavior change. These range from no intention to change, which is the pre-contemplation stage, considering a change within the next 6 months, which is the contemplation stage, making small changes, which is the preparation stage, and actively engaging in strategies to change behavior, or the action phase, to maintaining a changed behavior, which is the maintenance stage. You can review this table 6-2, page 73, entitled Stages of Health Behavior Change. As individuals attempt to change in behavior, relapse followed by recycling through the stages frequently occurs. When relapse occurs, the person will return to the contemplation or pre-contemplation stage before attempting the change again. Relapse is a learning process, and people can apply the lessons learned from relapse to their next attempt to change. Most behavior change problems are designed for and have a change of success when people are ready to take action regarding their health behavior problems. Changes are maintained over time only if they are integrated into an individual's overall lifestyle. Understanding the process of changing behaviors will help you support difficult health behavior changes in patients. Only a minority, usually less than 20%, of a population at risk is prepared to take action at any given time. Thus, action-oriented guidance misserves individuals in the early stages. Stress the importance of setting a goal when teaching lifestyle changes. Use written resources that are at an appropriate reading level. Ensure that educational materials are culturally appropriate. Include family members to support the lifestyle change. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which of these needs would the patient seek to meet first? The answer is C. According to this model, certain human needs are more basic than others. For example, some needs must be met before other needs. After evaluating a patient's external variables, the nurse concludes that health beliefs and practices can be influenced by, it is D, socioeconomic factors. Emotional factors, intellectual background, and developmental stage are internal factors, not external factors. Family has decided to set aside 30 minutes a day to walk after work next week. Sally is in what stage of risk factor modification? It is C. 3, preparation. Preparation is making small changes in preparation for a change in the next month.